Hello, this is Chillspine. We're back to talk about some more jet stuff. Hopefully get some flying in, talk about some loadouts, kill some stuff. We already talked about our video settings, controls we need to have set up, so we're going to skip that, where you need to be an engineer with our repair tool. We're going to go ahead and go to our loadouts here, go to our air tab, here's our jet, customize, talk about a few of these here. Stealth keeps you off the enemy map unless they spot you using the Q key. The default is Q. Belt speed is your main cannons. This makes it so, I guess, between reloads, I guess, if it overheats, whatever you want to call it, when you shoot all your bullets and it stops shooting, the time that'll start shooting again is decreased. I don't really use it. Proximity scan, never use it in a jet. Air radar is our go-to skill. Maintenance is, never used it. Beam scanning, pretty straightforward, but we never lock onto stuff, so we don't use it. We're going to go air radar all the time, pretty much. We've got flares, extinguishers, and ECM jammers on our second spot here. Flares are very good. Extinguishers are situational. If you're not getting locked on ever, then it's okay to use them. If you're only dogfighting other jets, it's pretty darn rare to get locked onto, so you can go ahead and use flares or ECMs. I prefer ECMs for a couple reasons. Basically, if somebody's locking onto you, you pop it. It will not let them lock onto you. They will not be able to fire. Because of the client-side rendering in this game, you won't hear the tone until they've been kind of toned on you for a second. So you're going to have to pop it pretty much immediately as you hear that tone sometimes. Just be aware of that. While it's active, it also takes you off the enemy air radar. And it also billows out plumes of smoke, which can be used rarely to kind of escape a jet behind you. Down at the bottom, we've got heat seekers, which is air to air, never use them. Rocket pods, very good, and guided missiles, which are somewhat good. Guided missiles kind of go with the beam scanning, makes them a little bit more effective, but not that much. The problem with guided missiles is, in order to hit them with air targets, they need to be painted by a SOFLAM or a tank third seat, and that's kind of rare for that to be happening while you're in the position to lock onto them. And also, if you lock onto a tank with these, they're just going to use their smoke, and then your whole run was pretty much wasted. So let's just ignore all this junk and go to our rocket pods. I want to talk a little bit about the basic controls. I guess I didn't talk about them specifically. We set our controls to what we wanted last time, but the default left key, shift, you're going to kind of be holding a WASD position on the keyboard like usual for almost all the games. We're going to start taking off, holding W to accelerate, and shift to take off. When we pull back on our mouse, or we use the key we bound, mine is the left control, it's going to obviously pull the front of the plane upwards, and this is how you're going to gain altitude or, do loops, whatever. When we're using the A key, I'm going to call this pitching left. So if you notice, switch to our rocket pods here, there's our crosshair in the center, and then there's a little, I don't know what you want to call it, deal next to it. That's going to show you which direction, your fire is going to be heading. You can use it to target things on the ground while you're moving. So yeah, that's going to be pitching left, this is going to be pitching right. You'll notice our whole kind of HUD sways to the left and right when we're doing this. It's a little disorienting at first, but you'll learn to ignore it. Let's see. This is going to be rolling to the right, and this is going to be rolling to the left. We're just using our mouse to do this. Some people like to bind keys to it, but I don't really find it necessary. You notice I'm in third-person view now. I don't like to fly in third person almost ever. Sometimes if you're doing like a circle jerk competition with the other jets, it's good to kind of have a better field of view, especially when you're nearing the flip over point like that. You'll notice how the camera flips over, and it kind of gives you a big field of view. That can be used to your advantage, but again, I don't really like it because you can't see your speed, and I don't know, maybe I'm just a weird role-playing guy, but I think it's cool to be inside a jet like that. Plus, once you get used to it, I think it's a little easier to kind of know what's going on using the air radar in the bottom left corner, and just being, spatially aware of where you are, your altitude, your speed, where they are, and stuff like that. So I think I'm just going to be editing in some clips and kind of verbally talking about them. I think that's the easiest way, since it's a little difficult for me to be commenting and then, you know, have precision flying skills as far as aiming at moving targets and stuff like that. I can just fly around the sky all day and talk. Obviously, I'm doing it right now, but when it comes to actually commenting on what's happening and being able to accurately aim and shoot, I have my limitations there. So I'm going to go ahead and be editing some clips, like I said, and I'll just be talking about them. This should kind of be the end of your orientation session for the jet. We're going to be talking mostly about flying and attack positions and maneuvering from now on. Alright, so here we are on Bandar Desert. The round is just starting, so I'm going to try and get this jet as fast as possible. I'm going to hover my mouse over the jet position, click on it, and hit enter as fast as I can. Look over to the other jet, notice nobody's in it, so I can scoot over on his side of the runway for Piggy. I want to head for Gulf because it's a C-130 site. Obviously I'm not going to capture it, I'm in a jet, but I want to give my team all the support I can give them over that site. So I'm looking to the right, I'm looking for enemy jets. I don't really see anything. Spotted an AA there just by mashing Q. I didn't visually see it on the ground, but hopefully somebody will be able to take care of that since I spotted it for them. See a jet coming on our mini-map. He's peppering us up a little bit, trying to avoid him. Look down at my radar, I see 2 jets around me here. This is a little tricky. Luckily we're in a pub, so these guys aren't too skilled. Easily get behind the first guy. As much as I'd like to kill him off there, I have to peel off because the second jet is still on. So right now, I kind of have a general idea of where he is in my mind. I can see him on my radar. I know he's a little bit below me, and there he comes into my field of view. So we're going to get on him, pepper him up a little bit, and you'll notice he crashes into the ground. You know, that happens, but basically he crashed because of the pressure we were applying to him. This is hardcore, so we don't know what our health is right now. I can tell you it's probably around 50 to 70% based on the beeping. Some people find it really annoying, but you know, it's just trying to tell you that you've been damaged and you should probably land in rep. I usually land in rep here. I don't know why I didn't, but for some reason I didn't. I'm just playing with a damaged vehicle. If you notice, we're just kind of taking swoops down at C-130 site there. We took out a Jeep. We see the C-130s up in the distance. He's pretty far off, but our guns have pretty long range. There's going to be a little bit of bullet drop here with the Vulcan cannons, but with the rocket pod, it's a straight shot. So this is pretty much an easy kill. This is after the patch where they buffed the C-130, and you notice it still goes down really easily. So you should probably be kind of taking care of that for your team since you're the easiest thing to kill it. Here we see a little bird. Pretty hard to see against that dark mountain shadow there, but we saw the dust flying up from his position. Made it easy to see. And you notice how quickly they get taken out even with just the regular guns. So right now we're looking down. Obviously we're looking for air. It's our primary, spotting some secondary targets, and we see an attack chopper here, Foxtrot. The guns make quick work of these choppers, like I mentioned earlier, and so he's down, no contest. Getting peppered up by something. It's probably a jet, given our position. We've got a lock on us, even though we used our ECM.
Yeah, just one.
We're going to try and have the missile, what I call contact the jet while the ECM is active. That means that it's just going to fly right by us, and usually it deactivates the missile. We can easily swoop around, give this guy's position. Probably hit him down about 50% right now, maybe even lower. We're just going to kind of use the radar here and use our sound, use everything we can to locate him. It's an easy kill. Again, we're getting locked, pop the ECM, get low, get out of there. Once you're outside of the combat zone like we are here, you know, you can kind of look around your shoulder, holding down the right mouse button, try and get a view of something. This was a pretty short clip. Again, this is Bandar Desert. This is going to kind of be the end here. You see we're getting some good hit marks on this C-130, but he's got AA guns on the top of him, and I'm in a bad position here. You can easily fire upon me, and you'll see that this is what's going to happen.